How's it going, everyone? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a yard cleanup day because this place is an absolute disaster right now. And the guy that I was going to be buying the land from needs to start showing it, seeing as I'm going to be moving out. So I need to get this mess cleaned up. And I also need to get this thing cleaned up so I can start getting this thing looked at to get sold. My yard is like a disaster. It looks like a bomb hit it. Partly because I've been doing a bunch of projects and stuff, and partly because over winter I was kind of just dealing with some Great Depression, and then cleaning up didn't really seem like top of the priority. It didn't really seem like it was worth it to clean up. It seemed like wasted energy, and I just didn't really care all that much. But now with this newfound motivation towards life of getting back on the road into my mini camper, I have a lot of energy again, and I'm gonna be using that energy today to clean up all of this mess, all of the garbage and stuff I need to get rid of, cleaning out this thing, organizing what I need to bring with me for my adventures, what I need to sell, what I need to give away, what I need to throw in the garbage, what I need to burn. So today's going to be a big day of cleaning up and organizing and stuff, and I'm sure you guys don't really want to see too much of that, so I'll probably just time lapse through it unless there's like certain little things I don't want to speak to you about. But I am going to be doing a camper update near the end of the video because I do have a lot of little updates that I've done that I haven't videoed because I don't really know what I'm doing half the time. I kind of just slap stuff together. Actually, on second thought, looking around, I'm not going to time lapse because I clean up real slow. And time lapsing, I'd have to like non-stop, like no breaks, no dragging my feet. So I'll just do little videos here and there and show you like the mission that I'm up against. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, and that's honestly a big reason why I stopped doing the YouTube and stopped even like on TikTok and stuff, is because this place is just a disaster, and it's not how I want to be, and it's not like the vision that I had for my YouTube channel, just this big mess of stuff behind me. But you know, that's how life gets sometimes. And I am definitely a hoarder. I can definitely say that. And that's why I need to get back on the road and not have a piece of property where I can hoard a bunch of stuff. I can keep the stuff that I need, not the stuff that I want or that I think that I might need in 2 or 3 years from now. So yeah, I have to start and take down my outdoor shower that I built like a couple weeks ago, because now my shower is in the camper and it's no longer up here. So I got to take all this down, and I still have a structure behind the camper that the tarps were over for winter. Just a bunch of junk here that I got to figure out what I'm going to do with. The coal stove, I'm going to be putting that on the back of the camper, and you guys will see that in like a way in the future video. And then just so much stuff. Like, I just have so much stuff I don't even know what to do with. And that was a big reason why I was so depressed, is because I was just overwhelmed. Like, I don't know what I had gotten myself into. I was just overwhelmed with everything and the amount of stuff, and I didn't know where to start with anything. And I just hated feeling like that. And now, and like being in a small space with only what you need, you have to keep everything organized. You can't let it become a mess. So you can't get overwhelmed with that mess and then get into that circle of like not being able to clean up because you're freaking overwhelmed. And yeah, whatever. I sound like a millennial right now because I am one. So, you know, whatever. I'm getting to it today. That's the important thing. But to add into this video, another little thing that I did yesterday was I repainted this Subaru that I traded a dirt bike that I had for it. It had a really ugly paint job. Like, it was just old and faded with some stupid flames on it. So I decided to try and give it this camo paint job. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but it turned out pretty good. It's kind of hard to see because the sun is hitting it weird right now, but I will pull it into the sun later, and I will take some pictures to throw in right into this video right here so you can see what it looks like. So this is in the process of starting to paint it, and this is after I got it painted. It looks so much better. This side's a little bit blotchy because I screwed up. And then look, you can see the trees, and you can see the grass and the trees in the background. I think it looks good. Plan with this is just to sell it, get some income, and then I'm gonna buy another cheap vehicle, put some work into it, sell it, and get some profit, and this, that, and the other. So now continuing on with my mess of stuff, I have all these pallets and more pallets and more pallets that I need to figure out what to do with. I'm going to be using some more of this wood for my build and stuff, and then I think my neighbor will take most of the wood. This my neighbor is taking as well. I have tarps everywhere that were over my camper because they were filled with spiders, and I just said nope and left them where they were to let the spiders go into the grass. I have tires and wheels and everything everywhere from all of my vehicle and buying and selling endeavors. Like, just stuff everywhere. And like, I know there's probably going to be people here that are judging how I'm living, but I'm judging how I'm living too. Like, I shouldn't have accumulated this much garbage and stuff within 1 year. I had this Jeep for plowing the roads. It had a plow on it. I have this parts Jeep back there. I have 2 random canoes. This one doesn't even float. It needs work. Like, so many wheels and tires. Probably 20 wheels and tires all around. Like, I don't know how I've done this to myself, where I just kept collecting stuff that I think I'll be able to use in the future. And now it just looks like a big homeless camp. Which I guess to some people it technically is, because some people don't call campers homes, but I call campers homes. Anyways, I'm going to stop procrastinating because I really don't want to get to work yet, but the sun is shining and I feel good. So I'm going to start cleaning up, and I will keep you guys updated throughout the video. And you guys can see how it kind of turns around. It's going to look a lot better by the end of this weekend. Alright, well, time to show you guys what I got done today. I have a little scrap pile going here. All the scrap is going to go into that Jeep when it gets taken. I haven't done too much here just yet. I took down a couple things. If you see, obviously earlier in the video, you can see that it looks a lot better. I've gotten most of the tarps all collected and folded up. This is my pile of free stuff for giveaway for so far. A couple of seats and a cap and a light. I have all my wheels stacked up here. I don't know what to do. Well, there's still more on the other side of the van. These I'm going to try and give away. Those are for my Taurus. I'd like to take those. Those are for the trailer. Those are for the Subaru. I have my burnable garbage here. And everything else that I'm kind of going to keep and make room for or use before I leave is here in front of the camper. And all this stuff is cleaned up for the most part in front of this camper. Got rid of that tree that was laying there. That tarp that's laying there is gonna go wrap around the bottom of the outhouse to keep it insulated-ish in the winter, and just to kind of hide the tank. And then my mess of wood is still kind of a mess, but there's more added to it now. So now what you've all been waiting for, I'm gonna show you what I've done with the camper so far. Right now I have a fridge in there that's I'm testing it to see if it works. And I'm in the process of installing 2 more batteries and an inverter for it. So it is kind of a mess a little bit, but I'll show you around. Okay, to start coming in, I told you I finished my shower. I want to show you guys that. I'll zoom out as much as I can here. So I have one of these Amazon instant hot water heaters. This thing works amazing. I need to drill a hole still for my propane line to go out. When I'm showering, I just put the propane out the drain hole, and I still need to do something about that drain hole, and the trailer's not sitting correct, so all the dust collected in the corner with the water. But anyways, so I pretty much just have a pump hooked up. And yes, that's going to go behind the poly before the next time I shower. I just wanted to test it out. The pump just collects it from a bottle that I sit in the corner there and pumps it into the hot water tank. And then the hot water tank heats it up and it comes out of here. I also have this shower curtain here. I just put it on a screw in there to hold it, and that keeps all the water inside the door. Oh, don't mind my toilet. I haven't gotten a toilet situated yet, so I'm using the bucket and bag method right now. That is definitely not the most ideal pooping situation, but what else are you going to do when you're in the middle of the woods? I guess I could go bury it now that it's nice, but I don't want to do that, be burying a bunch of holes, so yeah, just take her to the dump. There's a little play on words in there. But I do plan on either getting a composting toilet, or Amazon has these toilets with like 20 to 50 or 20 to 40 liter tanks, between $150 to $300, and it's a toilet with its own personal tank that I can use, and then I could go dump in transfer stations and stuff like that. So this is the other thing I started to do without recording. And honestly, like I said, like I don't know what I'm doing half the time, so I just kind of slap things together. This piece of wood, this piece of wood, that piece of wood, and that piece of wood were all just laying around and the exact same length. These three were the same length from in here, but that one that was down there was just magically the same length. So this is kind of how I slapped it together. And then I have another piece on the back there to support, and then a little piece of plywood. And then I have this bar, which is just an old tent, like a carport pole that I used, and I'm going to be using that for other hanger areas too, because I have a bunch of those poles. So this is a super mess right now, because I don't have the area to be able to organize it properly. But pretty much the idea is going to be, this half is going to be for hanging stuff. I'm going to have this drawer here, and then I'm going to have a shelf as well, maybe two here, but I want to be able to have access to that, so I'll probably do like a false door or something to it, or just leave it open. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea, is drawer, couple of shelves, hanging, maybe another row of shelves or something here, so I can have my foldable clothes, and that'll be all my clothes, and then there'll be doors on there eventually. And yeah, so I have a power bar there and a power bar there, both connected to that inverter. And now what I'm working on right now is installing 2 more batteries here with a 1,000-watt inverter to power the fridge, and maybe a couple other little things and stuff too. So right now I'm testing it out to see if this fridge actually gets cold, because it's been sitting for a long time. If it gets cold, I'm going to probably install it up here somewhere. It might stick out a little bit, but I'm not too worried. At least I'll have a fridge, and it's better than sitting in the middle of my floor. I was thinking of putting it under here, but I really like having the shelf space under there, so I think I'm going to just put it up here. I think this is like my 4th or 5th night that I've slept in here now, and I gotta say, this is so cozy and homey, and I absolutely love it so much, like so much more than the big camper. Like the big camper, for some reason, just never felt like home. No matter what I did, it just felt like a temporary place. And this little camper, as small as it is, feels like home. Like it feels like real home that I'm gonna be in for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's only 66 square feet. It's like 11 feet long, but 6 feet wide inside. So that would be 66 square feet. So it's of floor space, that is, but still. Yeah, I don't know. It's just small and cozy and feels like home, and I'm really in love with it. I love everything about it. I love that I can shower and then just come and cook food and then go lie in bed all within 10, 11 feet. I love that. It just feels homey. I love that I can take it anywhere I want. I love that I can go set it up in different RV parks for the next upcoming years and meet a bunch of new people. I love that I can go to the States in it and travel and meet new people and see new places and do new things. There's so much that I love about this life, and there's a big reason that I chose to do the camper that I'm pulling with my car instead of a van or something. And three main reasons are, number one, if you put a bunch of money into a van and then it breaks down, or it just ends up being a lemon with a bunch of issues and this, that, and the other, and it's always in the shop, you're dumping so much money into to keep it running. And when it's in the shop, you're down a house and you don't have a house and you need to pay for hotels and this, that, and the other. Something catastrophic could happen and you might not even be able to rebuild it or something, you know, or if you get into a car accident. I mean, I guess I could get into a car accident with this too, but, you know, like something catastrophic, you could hit a pothole and freaking wreck the frame on it or something like that, you know, like you could do a lot of damage on it and then your whole house is just written off and you have to start from scratch. At least with this, if my car blows up, if something happens with my car, I can get a new SUV or car or truck or whatever I need or want to pull it with. And I'm good to go. The only maintenance that this thing really needs is wood, a little bit of steel on the bottom if it starts rusting out the frame of the trailer, axles, bearings, shocks, brakes, lights. Easy peasy. Very easy stuff that isn't going to put you out a house when you need to repair it. My reason number two is I don't want to have to bring my house everywhere. If I find a spot where I want to camp for a little bit, I can unhook and leave this thing there and go explore in my car, go climb the mountains in my car, go shopping, go do what I need to do and not have to bring my house absolutely everywhere and have to worry about taking everything off the shelves all the time once it's set up. Like, I had that a few times when I was in my van where I'd go find my spot for the night and I'd take everything down and then I'd forget one thing for supper. So I got to put it all back away and and then drive it all slowly over there. And that's another thing. Is you got to drive really slow, and that'll lead me on to my third option my third thing is fuel economy. Like, fuel economy is one of the biggest things, and like it doesn't matter what kind of van you get. Maybe a brand new van would be comparable to what my car is, even towing the trailer, but it's the fuel economy will set you back on your traveling so much. Like when I was traveling all of Canada, and then I bought my van, and then I pretty much stopped traveling and was traveling within an hour or 2 hours because it was just too expensive to actually go and do traveling. With my car, I could drive all the way freaking across Canada for $500 pretty much. Like, so with a trailer on top, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but it's still going to be a lot cheaper than a van. And when I unhook and I leave my camper somewhere, my home somewhere, I'll get all my fuel economy back when I'm doing my shopping and exploring and this, that, and the other. So those are my biggest three reasons why I prefer to do why I'm preferring to do the camper rather than like camper trailer rather than a van. As much as I love van life, I still consider this van life because I'm going to be doing the same kind of thing. There's just a few things that I didn't like with van life, and like I said, the biggest one is breakdowns will really set you back, and I don't have to worry about breakdowns with this thing. And the other one, like I said, I'm repeating myself here, but being able to just leave your camper at an RV park or wherever you're set up for a few days and be able to leave and come back and leave and come back and go to work and this, that, and the other, and not have to bring your whole house with you all the time is super beneficial, especially when you want to do this like forever. Van life, that would just get super tiring, especially if you have a full-time job and you got to do that every day. Freaking mosquitoes. Bill Gates. But yeah, especially if you got to do that every day and have to take everything down and this, that, and the other. Like, I don't know. What's like, there's a lot of reasons that van life is a lot superior and better too than camper. Like, they have their ups and downs. Like with van life, you have a lot more stealth. Like, I'm not gonna have too much stealth factor in this. Like, I'll be able to park in Walmart parking lots and truck stops and stuff, but I'm not gonna be able to park at like on the side of the street or wherever kind of thing, you know. Another thing with the van, it's easier to turn around if you're going up trails or if you hit a dead end or something like that. But those are the risks I'm willing to take, and I don't plan on going up any crazy trails too much with the camper. Like I'll go set up on like a nice main area, and then I'll take my car to go explore. Or take my hopefully I'll get another dirt bike or an e-bike or something like that I can go explore in. But yeah, I don't know. The way I kind of want to live my life, I think the camper life is going to be beneficial because I'm not always going to be just on the road. Like there's going to be times where I go and set up at an RV park or set up at a campsite or something like that for a little while. And I want to be able to just leave this and leave my home put, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I think this one's definitely a little bit shorter than the last ones, possibly. I don't know, I always kind of say that. And if it's not, then whatever. But yeah, either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm gonna do another update as I keep building this thing and as I keep getting ready to move out of this property and hit the road. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably be hitting the road by the end of summer, and then for winter I'll be camped up at a ski resort because I do snow removal up there. But this summer will be quite the adventure, I'm sure. I gotta be out of this property within the next month, maybe 2 or so. So I gotta get my butt in gear, and then we'll see what happens from there. But if I'm not ready, my neighbor said I can stay over at his property with my camper and stuff. So, but we'll see. I'd love to get back on the road and just, you know, explore and do things and stuff. But we'll see how money goes. Hopefully, if you guys keep liking these videos as much as you have been, maybe I'll start being able to make some money off YouTube, and then I can get back to the actual exploring and the traveling and just living life. Anyways, I hope you guys have a really good day. I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you guys like the video. If you don't, let me know what I could do to make it more entertaining. If you like it, then yeah, leave a comment. I really like the encouragement and you know, the kind words and stuff you guys been leaving in the comments. It really helps me get motivated to do more videos.